If we are accepting someone from outside at the cost of our basis, cultural basis, this is disaster. It's a simple way to make war, domestic war, and this is stupid.
Regarding immigration, Poland has adopted a solid and unwavering position, especially about undocumented immigrants entering the country. The country's officials think that permitting illegal immigration could cause a domestic crisis by undermining cultural values. Poland's policies, which prioritize the preservation of its legal and cultural underpinnings, have significantly decreased the number of immigrants entering the nation. The Polish government has made it quite clear that undocumented immigrants, especially those entering the country without the correct documentation, are not welcome. The administration maintains that its policies comply with Polish and international law, demonstrating that it has fulfilled this commitment.
Immigrants, especially illegal immigrant, is not welcome in Poland. This is what we promised, and these words will be kept. Basically, we are not talking about people who are in need. We are not talking about Muslims. We are talking about a law, international law and Polish law. We don't want any illegal migration in Poland. This is what we promised. This is why our government was elected, and not even one Muslim illegal migrant will come to Poland, ever.
Poland has kept tight control over its borders, in contrast to other European countries that have welcomed hundreds of thousands of refugees. The Polish parliament even passed a bill authorizing the use of live weapons against anybody trying to enter the border illegally, demonstrating their dedication to national security. The message is clear. Anyone who tries to enter Poland illegally faces harsh penalties. This strategy has significantly decreased the number of unauthorized crossings, supporting Poland's strict immigration policies.
Our parliament passed a law that we can use live bullets now. So if you want to come to Poland, you will be killed. If you don't want to be killed, do not come to Polish border. If you don't want to be pushed back, do not come to Polish border. The problem started in 2015 when migration started from Muslim countries. That's why they called me Islamophobe. It has nothing to do with Islamophobia. This is just a fact that from 2015, millions, not hundreds of thousands, millions coming to Europe were coming from Muslim countries. So that was a flat wave of Muslim illegal migrants. And we knew and we know that this is a hybrid war, organized by Putin through Belarus. So if someone is asking me how is it possible, it's very simple. We built the wall. That's number one. Mr. Trump was inspiration.
Poland's immigration policy has received a lot of attention, particularly in the wake of the 2015 crisis that resulted in the mass migration of millions of people, mostly from nations with many Muslims. It was claimed that Russian and Belarusian forces were behind this surge of migration, which was a hybrid war intended to topple Europe. In an instant, Poland built a border wall to stop more unauthorized immigration. Inspired by the border policies of former US President Donald Trump, Polish lawmakers such as MP Dominik Tarczyński have steadfastly maintained their strategy, claiming that it is necessary to preserve national security. Poland decided to pursue a more closed border policy, whereas numerous European nations, like Germany and France, accepted refugees escaping the fighting in Syria, Afghanistan, and Eritrea. The government's immigration policies, which put the protection of its residents over humanitarian concerns, directly result from its emphasis on national security. Deploying more military and police officers is part of Poland's stringent border controls, particularly in areas where unlawful crossings are likely to occur. The nation has also invested in cutting-edge surveillance tools like cameras and drones to better monitor its borders. Poland has tightened its immigration regulations, making it practically hard for undocumented immigrants to enter the nation, in addition to fortifying its borders. To guarantee that only genuine refugees may apply for protection, the asylum process is strictly controlled, and human traffickers are subject to severe fines. Those who try to enter without the required paperwork risk being deported immediately. To distinguish between legitimate refugees and economic migrants, the Polish government has been firm that it will only welcome refugees who fulfill specific requirements outlined by international law. People who do not leave the first safe country are deemed to violate the law and are not permitted to reside in Poland. Poland has demonstrated a readiness to assist individuals with cultural and historical ties to the nation, despite having closed its doors to many migrants. Because of the ongoing turmoil in Ukraine, almost 2 million Ukrainian nationals have been welcomed, indicative of Poland's humanitarian actions in certain circumstances. Rather than loosening its immigration laws generally, the Polish government has presented this Ukrainian inflow as a reaction to a nearby crisis. Polish society views Ukrainian immigrants favorably on a cultural level, which has facilitated their assimilation. The Polish government has started public awareness campaigns emphasizing the security threats associated with uncontrolled migration to win support for its stringent immigration laws. Poland intends to keep the public supportive of its policy by drawing attention to the difficulties encountered by other European countries that have welcomed a sizable influx of refugees. Nonetheless, Poland still has a manpower deficit, especially in essential areas, despite its strict stance against illegal immigration. Due to this shortage, migrant laborers from nations with similar cultures, such as Ukraine, are being admitted on a selective basis. Poland's strict immigration policies indicate a more significant trend in which national security precedes humanitarian issues. The government continues to be picky about who is permitted to work, even though it recognizes the necessity for foreign labor. The preference is given to migrants from closer-knit communities, especially Ukraine, over those from farther away. Poland seeks to compromise between its commitment to national security and cultural integrity and its need for labor by enforcing these restricted immigration regulations. Although these strict restrictions have decreased the number of illegal migrants, they also raise serious concerns about Poland's long-term social and economic prospects. The nation's ties with the European Union may worsen if it keeps putting national security first, especially when other EU countries struggle with more lax immigration laws. Furthermore, Poland may experience a worsening of its labor deficit, which would compel the government to reevaluate its stringent policies about who is permitted to enter and work there. In conclusion, Poland's immigration policy, while successful in the near run, raises more serious questions about how such a strict approach can be maintained. Will Poland's existing migration policy be adequate as its economic requirements and labor demands change? What do you think of Poland's immigration policy? Do you believe that this approach can be sustained over time? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more updates on international migration-related topics. Thanks for watching.